It's a long way to Tidderminster. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tidderminster, but I'll get there soon, I know.
You have a lovely singing voice, Bunker.
Do you remember the early days? It was just us and Jerome.
And I couldn't pull coaches very well.
Yeah, I suppose.
What? Oh, that's not very nice.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. I was in a trance. You know how it is. No. You didn't do too bad with the passenger trains.
Thank you.
On the contrary, I think you probably pulled them with grace.
Grace? Oh, thank you, Boston. You are kind.
Are you reminiscing over the war again, Bunker?
He is, and falling over his words while he's at it.
I guess you could say that, Boston. I know the war was horrible, but I suppose the world being in tatters made us all closer together. The terrors of what could come the next day made us appreciate the calm before the storm, you know? We didn't take the good times for granted back then.
Maybe, but I think the railway is doing better nowadays.
I'm inclined to agree, quite frankly. It's much easier to sleep without knowing a bomb might drop on you.
But the thing I missed the most from those days was Susie.
Susie? Who's Susie?
My old war supervisor. She was, well, she had a...
Je ne sais quoi?
Yes, whatever that means.
I say, engines, a very good morning to you. Lovely weather. And by the way, you'll never guess who I've been in touch with this time.
Who, sir?
Mr. Wariness, of Bridget Horn's Royal Air Force.
A Royal Air Force?
Well, it would seem we have a volunteer.
A volunteer? To do what? Are you sending Bunker to space? How will he survive? How big is this spaceship gonna be? I have so many questions.
No. No one's going to space. The Royal Air Force is Britain's army. The local regiment wants to perform some trading drills on the railway, and they need an engine to help them.
No thanks, I've got my own duties to do.
Gordon Bennett! Well, can I help them, sir? Please?
In that case, Bunker, I will tell the Colonel you're eager and willing. The first drill starts on Saturday, and I'll make changes to the timetable to accommodate. But you'll need scarce preparation, I dare say.
Oh, this is going to be brilliant, Boston. I'm going to help the army for the first time in years. This is going to be fantastic. It's a happy day. Toodaloo, doodaloo. I forgot how that one went.
Can they train you to sing that song, Bunker?
Today's drill, team, is a car crash waiting to happen. Can anyone guess what we will be doing?
Putting Boston on karaoke?
Oh, Barry.
Does it involve a road accident?
Indeed. In today's drill, a small lorry has stalled at a level crossing and has collided with a heavy train. You will be tending to the civilians, as well as ensuring the care of the engine and its operator. Does anyone have any questions?
What's the meaning of life?
Boston!
I will entertain your irregularity, my good fellow. Willpower, my lad. You can have the best idea, the best crew, absolutely anything, but without willpower, kiss yourself goodbye.
Well, Boston, I don't know what's stranger, your question or the fact that he gave it a straight answer.
In my day and age, I've seen all sorts of happenings, my dear chap. But alas. Right then, into the garage with you all of a lot. Jump!
You know, out of all the things that have happened on this line, a car crashing into an engine at speed seems a bit mundane, don't you think? Why couldn't we have had a rail car catching fire drill, eh? Or a Boston opening his mouth drill? I'd sign up for that.
I'd love a drill which... I was going to say that I'd love a drill which involves you two understanding the value of serious work. But I didn't need to patronise you like that. You see, after the last war, our government brought national service to an end, which, I'm told, had a huge effect on the RAF.
And I thought Otto would be the only one who ever banged on about politics. What's national service anyway? It meant young people were forced to sign up to work for the war, Boston. Well, no bloomin' wonder they've axed it. Forcing them to sign up? That's a bit selfish on their behalf, if you ask me.
And Colonel Wariness says less and less people are signing up for the army as a result. I've just got to do my best to help them out.
Take care out there, Bunker. It might be a drill, but they'll still put you through your paces.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. After all, I have
Been in a war, we know. Hey Barry, I've just realised, you know what Bunker's pulling? A blood and custard Mark I carriage? No, he's pulling a trainee train. Can I make a request for someone to slap you?
First things first, Bunker, while we get ourselves organised, I need you to roll very slowly toward the lorry. You are imitating a crash, and you need to look as such. Very good, Bunker. That's about as much as you'll be doing for today.
That's it. I wasn't expecting my involvement to be so brief. But if you're sure...
Your supervisor, if conscious, has dropped your fire. If not, that will be the priority of our men. This is where we come in.
How do you drop a fire? Throw it down the stairs?
Actually, what you do is you grab the fire shovel, fill it with the ash from the firebox and throw it out from the cab side.
And you will likely have a shovel on your person when you enter the force. Box clever, Bunker.
Box clever.
Have a conversation with me, Bunker. It can be about anything. In a real operation, I'll be trying to remove any stress you're feeling.
I think it's brilliant what you're doing. I'm only too honoured to help you. I know what it's like, putting your own lives on the line for a living. It isn't easy.
Ah, well, just doing what needs to be done at the end of the day. What did you do?
I worked in the Second World War, taking goods to the city where they go to the front line and brought evacuees to be safe in the valley. We'd made quite a team,
Ah, the war. I was afraid you were going to say that.
Afraid?
No offence, but you were basically doing what everyone else was doing. Still good, just, not special.
You're playing it down a little, don't you think? Just because everyone else was doing it doesn't make it any less good.
If you ask me, the world wars were patriotic rubbish. The government manipulated the nation into thinking it was the good fight, and to think it wouldn't have happened if he who shall not be named had been good at painting.
Oh, he was good at painting, it just wasn't enough for him.
His name was...
Yeah, we kind of don't say his name.
Well done, men. I can say with confidence today's drill was a complete success. With thanks, of course, to Bunker for his assistance and cooperation and so on and so forth. I want you all to be ready outside the station in 16 minutes.
Sir, when do we get to do the underwater drill?
I'm happy to have helped today, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Wariness. What do you think about World War II? Only, I look back on it fondly, but some of your men don't seem to like it very much.
In my experience, I've found that the war will be many different things to many different people. Make of that what you will.
Ah, hello! How was the drill today, Bunker?
All right, tickety-boo, as they say.
Fancy a cup of tea, Mr. Wariness?
I'd love to, Richard, but I must be off with the lads. Maybe tomorrow?
You can tell me the ins and outs of today later when I finish the shunting. Do you know anything about tomorrow's drill?
They keep them top secret until the time they take place. It's some sort of procedure Colonel Wariness has to keep the men on their toes, thinking forward.
That's not very wise. Surely there has to be preparation beforehand. So what? The drill could be anything then?
No, Boston. There is preparation beforehand. Well, some anyway. I don't really know the specifics.
That's reassuring. I wonder if there'll be a drill teaching you how to make a Victoria sponge cake. How long was the drill, Bunker?
I forgot. Must have been about an hour or so. The whole point of the operation was to test their ability to perform a rescue out of a damaged vehicle.
I'm surprised it's taken us so long to bump into this RAF.
I learned something interesting today about the Monopoly from one of the trainees.
Monopoly? That's a random way to change the subject. I'm not playing it if that's how you want me to find out, especially not at this hour.
Apparently, there was a version of Monopoly created by the SIS to help prisoners of war held by the Nazi party.
Interesting. That really beats the fun fact I was going to share, which was that the sea is a reflection of the sky. You've been far too nostalgic for the war lately. I'm starting to worry something might be up with you, Bunker.
You sound just like one of those army people. One of them said it was patriotic rubbish. I mean, they shouldn't say it out loud.
Honestly, Bunker, don't worry about what they think. Just focus on doing the best job you can and things will be okay. Yes, Bunker, Boston's right. You didn't hear that, Boston. In spite of my lack of ears, Barry, I heard that loud and clear. Boston, I don't know if you've somehow failed to notice, but none of us have ears. Maybe they're just really tiny, or built into our faces, or invisible. Sometimes I wish you were invisible.
Thanks, you two. You're both right. I do need to focus on doing the best job I can do.
You can do it, Bunker. Was that referring to the World War II poster with the woman making the fist? It was. Yeah, actually, it was. Oh, Boston, you are such a half-pint.
These two wagons, poor, helpless railway workers, have been crushed by very heavy wooden crates. Well, how it happened isn't relevant.
No, but the person who did it might be.
Silence! Carrying on, your job is to rescue the civilians using your equipment. Once Bunker gives the whistle, we will have a demonstration run.
Hey, Bunker, what gift shop did you get that army hat from?
I tell you, Bunker, this is bringing back memories of being a Boy Scout.
You did army drills and the Boy Scouts?
No, of course not. I mean, we were put through our paces. Still have the badges to prove it. Somewhere within my loft anyway. Bunker, I know you've always missed your old supervisor. So, you don't think I'm a poor replacement, do you?
Susie would have wanted me to have a new supervisor, and you're doing very well so far. Susie was Susie, and your name's Draco, isn't it?
Driscoll, but thank you.
Well done, men. You may take the wagons back to their siding now, Bunker.
Don't crash it, Bunker.
Crash it? What do you mean, crash it? Oh, rats. How undignified.
I do apologise, Bunker, for any upset my team has caused. I will give them a stern reprimand. If it continues tomorrow, they won't be partaking.
Thank you, Mr. Wariness. I think it might be for the best if it was me who didn't partake in tomorrow's drill. I don't think I'm flowing well with the team, and another engine deserves a chance in the limelight. Wouldn't you, Barry?
I would.
You didn't cause an accident. You've nothing to be ashamed of.
Richard, I more than fancy that cup of tea. My military diet dictates I can let myself have one little treat a week.
Only one cup of tea a week? You're missing out so much. But anyway, come along.
You're doing well, Bunker. Look, if you don't want to take part because of the trainees, they're not going to have much of a drill to do if they're rude to you again.
They don't want some old fogey from the patriotic war like me on their shoulder. It's the best choice, really.
But Bunker, you know more about it than anyone. If anyone should be helping them out, it's you.
Oh no, I'm washed up.
You're not washed up, Bunker, far from it. But I suppose youngsters can be pretty merciless. That said, I would have thought a true warhorse would have seen it through to the end.
And a true warhorse also gives up their spot for others too.
If you insist, then I'll do it for you. Tell the Colonel I'll be heading tomorrow's drill. Just hope they've not got any insults lined up for me.
Thanks, Barry. It's been fun, but I have to do what I have to do.
Didn't John Wayne say that?
I'm sure you'll do fine. Better than ragged old me in any case.
Oh, cease beating yourself up. But I tell you, if those trainees try making fun of me, I won't be taking any chances. I'll be setting Boston on them.
Your final railway-based drill for now is Operation Pitch Black. This drill will see you rescuing civilians from an incredibly difficult location, a carriage inside of a tunnel. You will have lights assisting you, but for real operations you will be equipped with torches.
Hey, where's Bunker? He dropped out. He felt he wasn't fitting in. We were just making jokes, that's all. The Colonel wearing us always makes jokes about us and we do alright. I see. Only you didn't bank on Bunker dropping out because of said jokes, did you? No. I don't know why I'm listening to you anyway. Your nose looks like Pinocchio put on weight. Oh, how low. For crying out loud, I starred in a movie, but no one ever mentions that now, do they? You in a movie? That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Come along, Colin. Drill's about to start.
Come in.
You have 5 minutes to go until... Oi! It's not bloody a ring around the roses! You're not meant to fall down! Good grief! They're out cold! They're conscious, but... Barry! It seems my men have fallen to the ground! Is this a normal thing for a tunnel?
Normal? Of course it's not normal, you gimp.
Oh, crap. What have I done? I've only been here 5 minutes.
Barry, listen to me. We need to sound the emergency whistle code. Come on, Barry. Blow your whistle 4 times, loud as you can, lad.
Okay, Supervisor.
That's the emergency whistle.
Must be part of the drill or something.
Nah, couldn't be. They wouldn't do something like that for a drill.
Sorry, Bunker, but I've just had a call to say your train will be delayed for a little while. There's been an accident in the tunnel.
Someone must have stolen the Ghost's Meccano set.
The RAF drill was taking place there. The soldiers have suffocated, so I'm told.
I think something like this happened back in the war. Would you mind terribly if I leave my coaches here while I go and check it out?
As long as you can get another engine to cover for you, be my guest.
I heard there was an accident with the trainees. They're suffocated, right?
Correct.
Barry must have wished steam at them. You must have been in the middle of the tunnel, far apart from either entrance. That must be why they suffocated.
We need to load them up and get them to the hospital as soon as possible.
I'm such a dipstick. I just saw the whole team collapse before my eyes. Well, the whole team bar 3 anyway. Oh, I can't do it. I've always said that Boston was the king of the gits, but he'd never do anything like that.
Oh, Barry, don't be such a drama queen. This isn't the time for your problems.
Well, that's not very nice. You think I wanted this to happen? Hey, Bunker? You think my first thought when leaving the shed this morning was, why don't I make the soldiers suffocate? Won't that be fun? And while I'm at it, I'll dance all over their grave like Gene Kelly.
Ah, so you're not scared anymore?
Scared? Oh, well, I am a little... Bunker, what was all that about?
A little trick I learnt. I thought it'd be a good way to get through to you. I'm right behind you, mate.
You're an arse, Bunker. A total arse.
Joanna, go fetch my passenger train. Can't stop, it's an emergency.
Oh, fetch it? Alright, Bunker, but what emergency is it?
Thank you, Bunker. Sorry about this. It would have been much better if you'd done the drill instead. What was I thinking?
Hindsight is 20/20, as they say.
What a terrible saying. How can hindsight be a single year? I mean, what's going to happen in 2020 that makes hindsight so good?
I see you're back to your old self then.
That was very wise of you to, put me down like that.
You know...
Otto, don't even bother. Got it? Good.
Attention team! After the failed attempt at the tunnel drill, I've made some revisions to decrease the chances of...
us dying?
Yes. I hope you've been recovering well. I would like to thank Barry, Bunker and their train crews for their valiant effort during the ordeal. Bunker's war experience, of which he has prided himself upon, was of great assistance. He launched straight into action without a second thought. Here's a credit to your railway, Mr. Cardio.
Yes, indeed. I also want to thank you for not suing the railway, Mr. Wariness.
Looks like you got to relive the glory days one last time, eh, Bunker? You saved our lives, Bunker. Thanks, man. And, you too, Barry. I mean, Bunker did do most of the work. I suppose I shouldn't get above myself. Yes, because then you'd be an aeroplane. The next time I want to bang on about how bad the bus company is, the last thing I should do is go and suffocate people, eh?
And I rescued Bunker's train in his place.
How'd you do?
I pulled it with grace. Maybe I wasn't too bad back then after all.
I love you, Joanna. I mean, I love your copper-plated funnel. Yes, I love your copper-plated funnel. Yes.
Oh, Boston, you are a card.
Oh, Gordon Bennett.
Colonel Wariness, I just want one thing clarified, having given it some careful thought. Why are you praising our railway when your men could have died thanks to it?
Compared to last time, that's a very smart question. Your point is valid. I didn't tell you this originally, but our regiment had been earmarked for closure. If the accident had been fatal, it could have put us out of action sooner. I suppose I should be infuriated, really.
But you aren't.
Well, as the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And the incident in the tunnel certainly made our team stronger, if not choked up with asbestos. Now they'll be ready for whatever hardships they face on the battlefield.
Somehow I don't think that viewpoint will be shared by their parents.
The failed tunnel drill has taught us that whenever operating in tunnels, it is handy to have gas masks on our person. Something we do have those world wars to thank for.
Oh, Colonel, you need to go to London one of the days.
Ah, yes, London. Incredibly touristy, but nice. Why, what for?
Living there is the supervisor I had during the war. Her name was Susie. I wouldn't be darting into trouble without thought if I hadn't met her.
Next time I'm in London, I shall have to see about that. Do you know where she lives?
I don't. I suppose you could cross your fingers and hope to bump into her, though.
Where would the world be without steam engines, eh? Tits up, that's where! Ah!
It's a long way to Tidderminster. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tidderminster, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Bridget Hornsheds. Farewell, lowly square. It's a long, long way to Tidderminster, but my heart's right there.
Hey, Bunker, I've got a friend who's got a brother who can get you into the music industry.